we've talked about the trade from both teams' perspectives. I like it. I think both teams made out fairly well. You like it for the Clippers, not the Sixers, but you hate it for the NBA. So share your thoughts.
Yeah, I just think it's, as I said earlier, Chris, it's a mockery of the game. 4 teams in 22 months, just uncharted territory.
Houston,
and James
Brooklyn,
Harden.
Philly,
And this is not being traded around, Chris, because you're just a piece, you know what I mean? And they're just trading you because you have a certain contract that fits to make trades, to facilitate trades. This is a star player who begs to go one place, wants out, goes there, then wants out again and wants out again. And it's a shame. It's a shame that Philly gave him exactly what he wanted, which was to go back home to the Clippers. And I'm telling you, Chris, I would be a spiteful owner if I was the owner of the Philadelphia 76ers. And you better come and show up, and you better participate, and you better play up to our standards. If not, you'll be suspended with no pay. And I just would not allow him to do that because basically the teams are held hostage. This player empowerment, Chris, I'm all for free agency. I am. Free agency is a right, that the players have. You play through your contract, Chris. Your deal is up, and then you can go wherever you want to go. You can. And I'm not saying that you can't ever ask out of a trade, out of a place, if a situation changes or something. I'm not saying that. But this is an abuse of this player empowerment.
Well, let me ask you this, because, your suspension, obviously that makes all the sense in the world, right? Here's the problem. How in the world could you enforce that? Like, let's say you bring Harden back. First of all, he could be like, man, my back, I don't know. It's something, I got to tweak. You know what I mean? You could come up with an injury that nobody can disprove. So that's number one, and get your money. Number two,
but
I could go out there and play sluggishly. Bad. Maybe it's not. We would know, obviously, he's not playing to the top of his ability.
Chris,
but
as
you
a coach,
can still go. I can go out there. You put a player out there. You can go out there. I could just pass the ball. I only shoot when I am wide open. So, and that's hard to, again, you can say, man, I'm getting old. I'm just not what I used to be. You hope the player is professional enough to play as well as he can. I'm just saying, there are some things players have that they can do that you hope they don't do, and a person of high character wouldn't necessarily do.
Chris,
but I just think keeping him away was better than bringing him in, because he would have messed up the vibe. And I think trading him for some decent assets and expiring contracts and all that, I think the owner probably did the right thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that if I was the owner. I would have made him live up to his companion.
So what would you have done, though? Other than the suspension, because I don't know that would have been able to.
Chris, I do have the right, or the coach says you're not hustling, I have the right to suspend you if you're not doing what we're at. Okay,
if
so
I'm not
I have
hustling,
that.
I don't think that the Players Association wouldn't go for that.
Yes,
I just
they
think
would.
in a collectively bargained situation.
You have that.
How you gonna tell me I'm not hustling?
Easily, coaches do it every day. You didn't hustle back on the play.
But that's different. That's different. You say I'm not hustling. You put me on the bench, but then suspending me without pay.
If you're insubordinate, I have the right. No, I could, but if you might appeal it, and it might not be if I give you a month and they just knock it down to 2 weeks, but I'm going to make you pay to make you be a part of the team. All I'm saying is the worst thing is James Harden again gets his way, and the owners have who's to stop anybody, Chris? James Harden is doing this. Anybody can do this now. This is all you have to do to continue to allow this to happen. I could send you home and pay you and say, sit out. You're not playing this year. How's that? Sit
No,
out.
I agree with that. That's what I would have done until
Okay,
I
but I'm
traded.
saying you could do that too. Go home. Go away. I'm not sending you to L.A. You could miss this season. You could hurt your Hall of Fame candidate.
Well, he's going to be a Hall of Fame.
I'm just saying you could hurt. Yeah, but there's a lot of people who might look at him and say he's the ultimate mob
Your Hall of
content.
Fame ain't worth anything if this dude ain't in it. I'm serious.
No,
he's too good. He's not a. You know what I mean? Like he's too good.
It's not just a numbers thing. There's also sportsmanship. There's all kinds of other things that go into it.
All the Hall of Fames that haven't lived up.
Chris,
to being
that
the
doesn't mean that
sportsman.
everybody is going to vote that way. Is all I'm saying is there will be some writers who hold it against him.
That's not
all.
right. His career has been Hall of Fame worthy. I don't like the quitting.
But he's damaged his Hall of Fame career by doing what he's done. That's a demerit. That's a demerit against his Hall of Fame career.
His ability to get to the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
How?
Easy, Chris.
Dennis Rodman didn't do it. And Dennis Rodman took off his shoes in the middle of a game and sat on the sideline.
Dennis Rodman did not force himself out of Nobody's ever done the behavior that James Harden has put to make the game a mockery. That's a strike against him.
There are writers. Winning.
I'm not saying, Chris, it's not like he's won championships or he's got all these
he's winning any. Like, Rob, for the most part, we agree. I think it's ridiculous the way Harden has conducted himself. But what I'm saying is, and this is one of the sad things in this whole thing. He's not winning. Like you say, I don't think he's damaged his chances of getting into the Hall of Fame, but he certainly damaged his reputation, his image. He's going to forever be known, while, yes, a great player, as the quote-unquote controversial James Harden. Kind of like Kyrie will be viewed as the controversial Kyrie Irving, and other players, Dennis Rodman was the controversial Dennis Rodman. That's always going to be with him. So you've damaged that. He has left tens of millions of dollars on the table simply by making bad decisions and not accepting extensions when he could have. And he's not winning. It likely won't win a championship this year.
You don't know.
So what
Chris,
in the
he
world?
Is winning. He got his way.
But his way is making him look bad in front of everybody.
No, he still got his way.
He's winning,
but
he
got his way. He went exactly where he wanted to go.
This is like the 10th grader in high school who acts up in class and gets sent home and thinks, I'm winning. I didn't want to sit in class anyway. I didn't want to go to school anyway. I'm winning. No, you ain't winning. Because you're going to see down the line what this does to your life. And it's the same thing with James Harden. Obviously, he's not ruining his life, but he's messing up his legacy. He's messing up his reputation, his image. And like we said with Vinny, he may very well, Rob, it's a possibility he might not be in the league next year.
You believe that?
It's a possibility. I think it's possible.
I'm going to ask you just yes or no.
I think it's possible.
Will he be in the league?
Yeah, I'm telling you what I think. I'm not saying definitively because I don't know, but I'm saying it is very possible, just like Carmelo Anthony, who could still play, found himself out of the league prematurely, came back when he was humbled. Allen Iverson, Rob, found himself out of the league prematurely. It can happen because teams aren't with big money in the summer aren't going to want to sign him. They're teams with young players that aren't, they don't need a James Harden. The Clippers, that's probably his best chance of getting big money. But if it doesn't work out this season, they might not want him back. They might, because he's from LA. They might bring him back, but might not. And Rob, he might get offered $4 million. Russell Westbrook's playing for $3.8 million this year. That might be a type of contract James Harden gets offered. Is he willing to play for that?
Yeah, I think he'll be in the league next year. There's always somebody or some team. He's already been on 4 teams. Everybody keeps taking chances on him because he can play. And if he can't play this year, that would be different. But as long as you have talent, it's such a small, skilled, so few people could play at that level and play as well as those guys play. That's why they keep bending over backwards for him.
Yeah, but with Harden, Rob, I don't think he's winning. Like, getting what he wants, kind of, sort of. He's, it's looking bad for him. He's making himself look bad. I mean, your sentiment is correct, and you're not the only one feeling that way. So how's that winning? It's not like he's getting more money. It's not like the Clippers are about to give him. We'll see, but right now they're not giving him a long-term contract.
He's
not going to play. Like his role is smaller. That's the crazy thing about this. In Philadelphia, he would have been the second guy. He would have been 22-10. With the Clippers, he's not going to make the All-Star team, which bothered him last year. He's not going to make it this year. And he's going to be the third freaking option. Like, how is he winning? Because he got his way? Well, guess what? You won it the wrong way. Now, if they win a championship and he gets a long-term deal, okay. But, I agree. It's untoward the way he's forced himself out of these places. But I don't even look at this as like player empowerment, like what Anthony Davis did, this is different. This is a guy that is searching, doesn't know what he wants. Unfortunately, he's not happy seemingly anywhere, messing with his legacy. You can't let the mistakes and character flaws of one guy paint even some of these players, because no other players are doing this type of madness.